Hey guys, it is Mike from Baltimore Rides here. Friday evening about 7:30 in the evening. Thank God for summertime. The sun is still blazing and it's 7:30 p.m. Just wanted to touch base with you guys. Another quick post. I've done 2 rides today for about $50 before tips. I did get a couple tips as well. It's all still paper tips. Uber has not rolled out electronic tipping in Baltimore, Washington yet. July 31st is the deadline, so we're hoping it hits soon. But just wanted to talk about pros and cons of the airport tonight, because my first ride in the city actually ended up a ride to the airport. Not bad. $17 for about 20 minutes of drive time, all said and done. And then my second ride, I waited at the airport for about 20 minutes or so. The first in, first out queue was not moving too bad. It was actually moving pretty quick. There's my corporate sponsorship, my private sponsorship. They don't pay me anything. I just frickin' love Dunkin' Donuts, as anybody that knows me will know. But went to the airport, hung out there, got through the queue very quickly. I would say very quickly, less than 30 minutes. And snagged my next ride, which was all the way down to Silver Spring, approximately 40 minutes one way, 25 miles, blah, blah, blah. Ended up being about $30 approximately for that fare. But here's the downside to that. So it's July 4th weekend. The Beltway is a mess. 495 is a mess. 295 is a mess. 95 is a mess. So, now it's 7:30 p.m. and I'm having to trek north again because I don't want to take the chance of getting sucked down into DC and being there all night. I know, some people love riding in DC, but this is Baltimore rides, not Washington rides. Baltimore is kind of my stomping ground, and I really feel that there's money to be made there, but not if I'm pulled away from it. So making the adventure back to the city, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes and talk to you about that. That's a calculated risk, getting an airport ride. They can be great. Obviously, $30 for a one-way trip is not a bad fare. 50 minutes, 40 minutes. The math kind of gets a little stinky at that point, because when you figure your round trip and what you're going to do to make your round trip productive, it can be a crapshoot. To me, this is fishing, and you have to look at it as how many fish did you catch at the end of the day. You can't play the math for every fare, because you'll go crazy. You might have an hour where you're dead as a doornail, and then you might have the next hour where you're making $50 an hour average. So, to me, it's better to have a nightly number and know what you need to hit every night, and then that adds up to knowing what you need to hit each week, and then et cetera, et cetera. I think if you bite it off that way, you won't go crazy. I have a retail background. I spent the last 11 years of my life in retail, and all different levels of management up to assistant manager, which is where I kind of left at that phase. But that's how we broke down our goals. It wasn't by hourly goals, although those were nice numbers to look at. You could have a spike hour in retail and do really well, but then just kind of like crap the bed the rest of the night. So it's better to think about your daily goals, what you need to do each day, and how you need to get it is really the second part of that problem. Because if you're in a waiting for business to come to you mindset, you're going to struggle. You're going to have bad days and you're going to struggle. If you're in a mindset of this is what I need to do and then how am I going to go out and get it, then you're going to be a lot more quote unquote weatherproof. And when I say weatherproof, that means to me in Uber language, protecting myself from the slow days, protecting myself from the days when there's no concerts, there's no Orioles games, there's no graduation ceremonies, there's nothing special going on in the city to draw business to the city. It's just a ho-hum average day. And referrals, recommendations, people taking my business card and texting me, wanting that individual ride, wanting me as their private driver through Uber. The sign-up bonus can be that way. I have not gotten any of them yet, although I do have a couple people in the queue. They just have to get to their their allotted, time period, their grace period. So it's all those things that are going to weatherproof your business. Ways that you can drive business to you in a more consistent fashion versus putting on the app and then just hunting. I do that. There's lots of days where I put on the app and I just hunt. And as you become more strategic about where you hunt, how you hunt, what time of day you hunt, you become more efficient at that process. But ultimately, the way to scale this business is to become a successful business person and look at all the different revenue streams that Uber has provided us with. Sign-up bonuses for drivers that sign up under our code, referral business, repeat business. Yes, we can give out those referral and repeat business. Monetary tipping, which I do consider part of my income. And that's something that we can talk about, obviously, more extensively when we get electronic tipping. Right now, providing 5-star level of service, being friendly, those are all ways you tip. But it's very different when you tip an out-of-towner, a tourist or a visiting business person than when you tip a local. When you drive that service for a local tip. A local doesn't want to hear about all the watering holes in restaurants. A local doesn't want to pick your brain for city knowledge. They want a really, really great personable experience where they connect with you on a one-on-one level and they feel like the barrier comes down and, hey, I'm in the car with Mike and we're just chatting and we're shooting the breeze and we're having a great conversation. Oh, and now it's time for me to get out. Great talking to you, Mike. See you soon. Here you go. Here's something for your troubles. That kind of tip is a lot different than the, hey, welcome to Baltimore. How long are you guys in town? Here's my card. Here's my number. If you guys are planning on making any other drives in the city, definitely text me and let me know what time and when you'd like me to pick you up. Where are you staying? Your neighborhood is X, Y, and Z. Are you guys going out to eat? I can recommend some local restaurants that are not tourist trap chain restaurants for you. That's the kind of presentation that you want to be able to talk about the city, talk about the places to eat, talk about the places to hang out, pubs, the aquarium, whatever. And if you can't do that comfortably, then you're in trouble. Then no one's going to want to tip you as an out-of-towner. So my conversation evaded or evolved from the airport to that, but it's all different ways that we want to make money as Uber drivers in the city of Baltimore. And I'm speaking specifically to Baltimore. I know there's Uber drivers out there. I know there's a bigger world out there, but that's not what it's about for me. It's about educating Uber drivers in my backyard, driving in the city, hopefully right on the street next to me, and making us all better. Right now, I don't get a lot of views. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I would love it if you would view my videos and subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers we get, the more people I can reach out to, and the better for all of us. So if you're watching this, please like my video and please subscribe. I try and post as regularly as I can. That's all I got to say. I'll catch you guys later.